Hello, and welcome to Rock Your Block, where we outreach and highlight community impact. I'm your host, Larry Laws. On today's segment of First Home Alliance, you will meet the Cratch family. Our guests are truly unique and special members of our community. First off, I would like to take the opportunity to introduce to you a friend and a brother in arms. He's a U.S. military service disabled combat veteran, U.S. Army retired Sergeant First Class. He served on the executive committee at American Legion Post 114 in Manassas, Virginia. He is the founder of a nonprofit agency in New Jersey, and he serves as the board of directors on many nonprofit agencies in our community. Currently, he serves as secretary of the First Home Alliance board of directors, and it's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you my comrade and first-time homebuyer, Mr. Duwan Cratch. Duwan, welcome again to our show.
And Larry, thank you for inviting me back.
All right. Well, you know, we was just talking about getting into this facility here. Yes. And so, how was your drive in?
Whew. So considering we just coming from Stafford County, it was quite a bit of a trip, but it was adventurous, shall I say? Yes.
And so, you know, we're going to pick up where we left off last time. We introduced you to our audience who was talking about becoming a first-time homebuyer. And so now you're just a little bit further out from the capital. So how has it been a first-time homebuyer?
It's a great experience, very great experience. Wish we'd have did it a long time ago, but at our age, it's beautiful. It's even better because all the kids are out of the house right now, so me and the wife get to enjoy it a lot better now that kids are gone, no babies running around. So new home, new place, new experience, new peace of mind.
I hear you, I hear you. Yes. And so, you know, you was in the military. We'll talk a little bit more about your military career, but you was in for a while, like 20 plus years?
20 plus years.
Yes. And so why did you wait so long to purchase?
Well, I moved around a lot. My first duty station was Bamberg, Germany. That place shut down due to some things that happened in the economy. I believe at that time the wall went down. They started shifting us back to the United States. I was moved to Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Right.
Hated that place. Didn't stay there that very long. Moved to Fort Bragg less than a year from being at Fort Polk. Stayed at Fort Bragg for 17 years.
17 years.
However, I wasn't stable. I was in and out. Korea, Fort Bragg, Hawaii, Fort Bragg. So the timing was just never right until I came here to, after leaving Bragg, came to Fort Belvoir, Virginia. And it still needed to figure out whether or not this was going to be the place where I decided I wanted to spend the rest of my life. And so here we are. My wife and I finally made that decision after renting for 13 years that we were going to purchase.
Yeah, but you know, it's a lot of our veterans in active duty military, you know, wait until, and so was it as difficult as you thought?
Oh, the process was a lot easier than I imagined it would be. I already anticipated it being a nightmare, but I thank God for the lender that I use, Mabel Loan, right here in Fairfax, Virginia.
Right.
Great, very professional. Kept me on task, and it was an easy process. 30, 45 days, I believe, we were done and unpacking weeks later.
Yeah. Now I'm going to talk to your wife about some of the options and things of that sort. But did they explain to you in reference to the difference of the type of loans, the conventional, the FHA, and the VA?
Yeah, they did, but they were really, VA was like underlined like three times. So I went with that choice. And I didn't know really that much of the difference either. I took a few classes, you know, with First Home Alliance, learned a few things, but it just was a lot of information to intake, and I was a little overwhelmed. So the opportunity to purchase, I went with what I knew best, VA.
Yeah, and so did it seem, I mean, as being a veteran, you see that that loan was really designed to make it less challenging for the veteran.
Exactly, and you know, as veterans, we need the less challenging, you know, especially at our point in time in our life, and it was a great opportunity. It was a great experience. Like I said, it was it was a great opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how else to explain it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. And so you stayed in the military for a while, you know, so there's some misperception as to what a veteran is and also the veteran benefits. You know, so, after I got out, I figured, I thought that the average veteran stay in for 20 years, then get out. Yeah. But, we got a lot of veterans that's in our community that serve a whole lot less. Yeah. What kept you in so long?
Oh, what kept me in so long is really the camaraderie. I come from a place, in this country that I didn't experience a whole lot of good friendship, good people. It was a very crime-infested type of, environment. So I went into the military with a purpose, and I wanted to be around people that wanted to serve their country. I wanted to be around people that I can trust and feel comfortable with, and I found that in the military. I only enlisted for 4 years. That 4 years turned into 22 years and 3 months, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And some change.
Yeah. How was it getting up? I mean, was it hard for you to get up and show up for work?
No, I come from a working family, so I'm from New Jersey. Getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning was nothing for the environment that I was from. Because most of my family members worked 2 or 3 jobs.
Right.
So that was already embedded within me. So it wasn't a challenge for me.
Well, speaking of some of these younger generations, they think that it may be a problem to sleep out in a tent for 30 days. I mean, did you do that a couple of times?
Yes, I was field artillery at 13 Bravo. So the key word, I was field artillery. So all of my duty was in some godforsaken place, below zero sometimes, limited trees. I didn't ever saw grass like they showed me on the videos when I first came in the military. So I slept in holes, whether it was snow, mud, dirt, you name it.
Yeah. It's amazing to sleep in a place that have a real floor and real walls, right?
So I'm very appreciative.
And so have you built floors before?
Yeah.
I mean, what are some of the surfaces that you
I've built mud floors. I've built floors filled with snow to keep me warm. I've built floors that had hay. I mean, those are the type of floors that I slept on for 22 years and 3 months. So, but if you ask me would I do it again, I'd say yes.
All right. And did the time go slow, or how did the time pass
The time
on?
went pretty fast for my first 13 years. Then, of course, 9/11 kicked in, and things just started slowing down a little bit. I spent a lot of time in combat, Afghanistan, Iraq, back and forth, all the way up until 2007.
Yes. And so how is it now sleeping in 4 walls and nice solid foundation?
I enjoy it. I feel safe knowing that my roof is not made out of mud, or it's not going to cave in on me while I'm taking a nap. So it's once again, it's a wonderful experience.
Yes. Tell me about some of your upbringing, your siblings.
I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and 1 brother that passed. I always speak a little highly about my youngest sister. She was always that philanthropist, always that bringing that wounded animal into the house, and that's exactly what she's doing now as an adult. She stands beside me, and I stand beside her in a 501c3 in New Jersey, where we help mental health and substance abuse veterans get through the day along with their families, by offering them counseling, jobs, transportation, food banks. That's what we do. So, and we've been doing that since 2017. And the Appropriate Place Incorporated is here to stay, and we're not going anywhere. Now we do mental health as well.
Yes.
So that's our new baby.
Yes. And so did you see that in your sister? Did you all, I mean, from where you were, did you see that as a child, that this is something that you and your sister would be doing now?
Where we came from, we didn't see much of a lot in any of us other than just surviving to the next day. But but as we got older, she was she was a revolutionary, and she loved to go against the grain. And if you told her she couldn't do it, she was going to do it, and that's what she's doing now.
Yes.
The community that we live in is predominantly maybe non-African American that own mental health facilities. She's one of few, and a female, African American, and she's doing very, very well.
Yes. Well, the entrepreneurship spirit and also the giving back to the community seem to be ingrained in both of you all.
Yes.
And so, and you're doing a lot in the communities and some of the nonprofits that you're working with here. Talk to me about some of the other organizations you work with.
So, back in 2008 or so, I began that journey right before I was about to retire, just seeking out where was my next, where was I going to lay my hat next within my own community. So I wanted to figure out who was going to be my future comrades. And I found the American Legion. And American Legion, I joined them and sat with a few elder veterans, got to know them. I was very impressed. I loved their stories that they had to tell. And they invited me to come on board and become part of the executive board. So now I sit on the executive board for American Legion Post 114 in Manassas. Also, along that time, I'm at, First Home Alliance. I, now sit on his board as his secretary. First Home Alliance is one of those 501c3s out there that are helping the community, first-time home buyers, budgeting. I mean, they got it all under one umbrella.
Yes. And what do you see on the that's coming up in the future here soon with the American Legion?
American Legion, one of the greatest projects that I would say that's occurring right now in Manassas. We're building affordable housing for veterans.
Okay.
Not just veterans, but predominantly for veterans, so that they can have a place to lay their head and feel comfortable. Nice 16-unit facility. I think two apartments per unit, and on top of that, we'll be co-located at location with our headquarters as well. So right down Prince William Street. Yes.
Well, that's great, Duwan. I really appreciate you coming in here today, and also sharing with our audience, your experience as a veteran. We highlighting our veteran community, and also the opportunity to become homeowners, successful homeownership. And so I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for inviting me back.
All right there, and thank you, and thanks for your service.
Thank you.
All right. It has been a pleasure sharing with you the first half of this power couple. The Cratch family has 2 members, and there's 2 main characters, and after the break, you're going to meet the other half. But before we go, I would like to remind you that First Home Alliance is a HUD-approved housing counseling agency. If you're a first-time home buyer, a renter, or homeowner seeking housing stability assistance, please visit the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development website to find a HUD-approved agency in your area. We'll be right back after the break. Stay tuned.
First Home Alliance. A little bit about First Home Alliance. We are a HUD-approved housing counseling agency that was established in 2002 by our executive director, Larry Law. He established the nonprofit. He established it because his mother purchased her first home at the age of 65. And everyone was like, how did you do that? Because her income was really low. And so that's how he found out about the USDA program. And so through the USDA program, his mother was able to purchase her first home. It intrigued him to see how he could help individuals basically experience the American dream of homeownership. So he established the nonprofit. Mission is to increase home ownership to low to moderate income families. And so what does First Home Alliance do?
Welcome back. I'm your host, Larry Laws of First Home Alliance. And if you're just now tuning in, we're joined today with the Cratch family. Before the break, you met Mr. Duwan Cratch, a distinguished military veteran. Now you will meet the other half. I have the pleasure to introduce to you an amazing young lady that is winning. She is a mom, wife, entrepreneur, and licensed esthetician. She spent 20 years in corporate America as one of the top key executives. She always had dreams of becoming an entrepreneur and knew that by becoming a business owner would allow her to transition out of corporate America. Showing women how to take care of their bodies is something Adrian has been doing since she was a young girl. And tuning it into a business was easy. In 2018, she took the leap of faith and purchased her first non-invasive liposuction equipment and started her own business in Northern Virginia. By providing a body sculpturing service, this gave her the opportunity to show women how to love the skin they are in and create their bodies of dreams. Please welcome back to our show, Miss Adrian Cratch. Adrian.
Thank you so much, Larry.
Thank you. Yes. Well, thank you for coming in again today. Yes, and spending this time with us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to be with you.
All right, thank you. Yes, Adrian, you're in a new home now.
Yes.
Yes.
We are in a new house.
Yeah, and you had opportunity to design that new house. How's the design?
Oh, it's going really, really well. I haven't finished everything that I want to do, of course, yet, but it's definitely becoming a home. You know?
Yes. And so tell me about some of the decor you've set up.
So I'm not totally finished with setting up the decor. I'm taking my time on it. I don't want to rush. We have a 30-year mortgage.
Oh, you do? It's not paid off yet?
So I'm actually taking my time and, decorating, each room. But I love the home. It's a beautiful home, and it actually feels like a home.
Yes. And so what is your favorite room in the house?
So let's see. I would have to say that my favorite place is the upper deck.
Okay.
So on the upper deck, you're able to sit out right off of the main living area, and you can watch the eagles fly, and it's like a nest of them. So I have like 6 of them that come visit me.
Really?
Every day, and they fly above, and you're like right up where the tree line is, so it's like really relaxing. You go out there with your tea and a book, and it's everything.
Yes. And so you're an entrepreneur, business lady, now you're a homeowner, you got all these things going on. How are you able to balance all that?
Well, it's not easy, but I just have a work ethic, so I make it do what it has to do. So if I have to be in one place at this time, I schedule my clients around my business.
Yes.
And I don't know, just always had a work ethic, so I make it work.
Yes. Well, it seemed that you made a lot work. And so I've known, we've been associates in a lot of different arenas, with the VA rep. I think that's how we work with the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals.
Yes.
And we spent some time on Capitol Hill.
Yes.
And so then you started, you went to school and did a lot of different training. And now you becoming a first-time home buyer, and you had put real estate on the back burner for a while.
Yes.
And so now you moved it back over to something in the passing lane.
So it's basically, I put it back in the front. That was always my passion as far as, also being an esthetician. However, once I had to get everything reinstated to purchase my own home, because we used the commissions to pay the closing costs on the home. So after I got back out there, it just called me back again. And my business is in a place where I do more training and teaching women how to get started in business, so I could take the other side of my time and use it towards real estate again.
Yes. Now, with the real estate, maybe someone out there that's a real estate agent or thinking about becoming a real estate agent. So, what is the different statuses that you can and have also placed your license into?
So I have my license on referral status, which means that I could still get paid on a transaction as a referral realtor. So once I went into the home buying process, I was not willing to give up that much money in commissions when it could go towards our home. So I took my license out of referral status, went back as an active realtor, paid my association dues, and was reinstated. And I actually got the second house that I wrote a contract on.
Oh, super. So you wrote your own contract.
Oh, yes, I did.
What about your lending? I know you got qualified. So what loan choice did you choose?
So we used a VA loan. Our lender was excellent. Everything with the whole process, it went so smoothly. I mean, it was incredible. No hiccups, none of that. I mean, it was the smoothest transaction I've ever been through. It was really smooth, of course, because of me and my lender and the title agent. But everything really went really well. It was definitely meant to be.
Yeah. Now, some in our audience has probably heard some myths about the VA loan. They said, no, VA, FHA, maybe not, but and they said, this may be a better loan. So what, as of having that veteran status or the status that have been earned with you and your family, what was some of the highlights of the VA loan versus some of the others?
So with the VA loan, we did not have to put any money down on the home. The only thing that we were required to come out of pocket for were the closing costs. And then me being a realtor, we were able to not have to put any money down towards closing because of my commissions. So we actually left the deal with $300.
Now, I know that's unheard of. That's unheard of. Yeah.
In
You
this
as a real estate,
market.
in this market, you as a real estate agent, your husband as a veteran, and you go into a real estate transaction and no money out of pocket.
No money.
No money.
We spent no money out of pocket. Oh, $500 for the inspection.
$500 for the inspection.
Yeah, and that was because we wanted to know, if there were anything wrong. That was it.
Yes. And what can you tell someone that may think about waiving that inspection? How important was that for you?
So in this market, it's really difficult to waive the inspection because the bidding that's going on now is really totally different from years ago. So I would recommend someone to still get an inspection and get it for their personal reasons, so that they'll know what's going on with the home. So a lot of people a lot of realtors are going in and they're writing contracts and they're waiving all, any radon, inspections, any of those things. I still say pay for it so that you know what's going on with your home, because this is a huge investment.
Yes.
And it's one of probably the largest investments you'll make.
Yes. And how important it is to work with a good team for this real estate transaction.
Very, very important. We had a totally smooth transaction. The lender was on top of everything. The realtor, myself, was on top of everything, and the title agent. I mean, you witnessed some of it.
Yes.
It was totally smooth.
Yes, it was. And your closing, I was there at your closing.
Exactly.
You closed there at your bar, right?
No, we weren't at the bar.
Well, in the dining room.
We were in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. It looks like a countertop. It wasn't a bar. Oh, the bar's downstairs. So we was at the kitchen. Okay. I said the bar. At the countertop in the kitchen. Okay. Yes. All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. And what would you say to some that are renting now, maybe hesitating about taking that leap into homeownership? What encouragement can you give them?
What I would say is that it's the best investment that you can make. We've already acquired equity in the home. The home appraised way above appraisal. Mm-hmm. So we actually have equity in our home now. So renting and just actually throwing your money away. And if you need help with your credit, we have First Home Alliance. I have, we have different ways that we are able to help them so that they can move forward and, get a piece of the American dream.
All right, well, super. Adrian, I really appreciate you coming back in and sharing your story and your success with our audience. And look forward to talking to you again and seeing you at some of the events.
Thank you so much, Larry.
All right, there. I hope you enjoyed this interview and also getting to meet the Cratch family. We wish them success in their nonprofit and for-profit businesses. We also wish them great success throughout their journey as homeowners. You can follow Adrian on her social media link below. Now it's time to check out our inbox and see how we can help rock your block. This is where we share a recent question sent to us from you, our viewing audience, about financial stability and housing. Today's question comes from Woodbridge, Virginia. I am in default on my mortgage. What do I do? Where do I go for help? Well, I will make it simple. A, B, and C. A, answer your phone if you're in default. Open your mail. That is B. And C, contact a HUD-approved housing counseling agency. There's many programs out there to assist and help you with the housing stability and home assistance. And so reach out for help. I'm your host, Larry Laws of First Home Alliance, and it's been my pleasure sharing with you our mission and highlighting the impact of our services. If you have questions about financial literacy, home ownership, housing stability, reach out to us for help. Maybe you're looking to make your dream of homeownership a success. If you are, send your questions to our inbox at help@firsthomealliance.org and tune in to our next show to see if your question was selected to be shared with our audience. You can easily get more information about our services by visiting us on the web at firsthomealliance.org. Thank you for watching today's segment of First Home Alliance. We look forward to you joining us next time to rock your block.
Glad to know that, some of this stuff about credit and buying houses is written down somewhere. A lot of the times it's always hearsay, like other friends or family members who have bought houses before, but they can never, tell you legit what you need to get done and do before buying a house.
I definitely think this class should be required for all first home buyers because a lot of times the real estate agent doesn't explain the process to you. So I think this is very important.
It's from the credit up to receiving a loan, and the most important thing is the process that you go through when you're buying the house, and there are a lot of process which you don't have idea about that before you take this class.
Speakers who came up and spoke about each section, they were very knowledgeable in their field, and I felt like it was relatable. They didn't just throw out a whole bunch of terms that went over my head, but they really explained it in a way to where I understood it, and I could even explain it to my children, and it was even easier for me to take home and kind of remember and process and apply to my next steps. The process was amazing.
They start first with the class before even finding a lender or agent. So I did all that and I wasn't able to purchase, and then I was like, you know what, there's a lot of information I'm not aware of. Let me just start from the beginning, to put everything on hold. Start from the beginning.
Piecing the information together, because you've heard things about the loans and about this and about the credit, but this is like a summary, and it just gives a clear flow of where to go with what you have and kind of building up a plan. So that kind of gives me a whole picture of where I needed to go and how to get there.